Welcome back to the internet's group therapy, where Harlem legends settle trauma one lawsuit at a time. Today's session features Camron versus Dame Dash. 2 men, 1 grudge, and way too many teeth references.
Killer, what's
Murder,
good,
what's good,
man?
bro? How you doing, man?
Chilling, man. There's a lot going on, man.
What's going on now?
I don't know.
I gotta stop, B. I'm not doing all this corny shit no more. I'm done with it. I'm gonna just sue you. I'm not gonna look like a clown no more. Because I gotta defend myself in the algorithm. If you say something about me that's not right, I'm putting a hit on you. I don't want to walk in the courtroom, but I guess I had no choice, so I'll do it.
How's everybody doing today, man?
Yeah, man. How did we get here, man? That's all. Some days I just wake up wondering, how did we get here? That's all I want to ask. How did we get here, man? It's just, I had no idea.
I don't know how to deal with these things because I'm used to violence. I'm used to dealing with things a different way. I'm not used to going to court, but now I am. So that shit. I'm not beefing with y'all. I'm putting a hit on you. And that is a lawsuit.
My problems is did the lawn man come to cut the grass? Is the pool clean? You know, I don't have these kind of problems, man. My life is easy, man. Beautiful wife, beautiful life, great kids, man. They can have it, man. I'm bowing out.
Cam, stop tearing down your brothers, bro.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, man.
I'm buying.
Cam starts the interview like a man done with street life and stress. He's not fighting anymore. He's filing. It's the most mature midlife crisis in hip-hop history. His problems? Not fame, not beef. It's whether the pool guy showed up.
Now, to be honest with you, Murder, the thing about it is that you don't know is that you win it too. You just don't pay it no mind. You ain't get caught up about They bring you
in
up about
it too.
You in it.
Don't tear me down. Don't tear Mase down. And you know what I'm talking about.
They bring you up about twice a month. You just don't hear it. You just ain't paying it no mind. You too high for them for their voice to reach you, but you definitely in it.
I need you to stop doing that, man. I need you to stop beefing with everybody black. Go with somebody white.
We're very entertaining, but we also want to be informative. So today I brought in 2 of Las Vegas' finest dentists. These ladies are the best dentists in the state of Nevada. That's why I brought them on the show. I wanted to start off asking questions, but my man Sin City wanted to lead off.
Oh, so I'm starting to see people lose teeth. Is it because of the
Sorry.
Are we missing the joke?
No, but we know niggas who teeth just be falling out. So I don't.
They're just
say-
falling out of their mouth. Okay, let's talk about that. They didn't even have like trauma. Like they're not.
No, they're in the middle of a conversation, and then they be like, "Yo,
It's a plastic. Okay,
that's what I'm saying, literally."
Okay. So then they need to start looking at implants.
Okay.
Right. So if we're talking about their stuff is falling out.
Seriously, like.
Sorry, I don't want to laugh.
No, we don't want to have
Nah, that's okay.
No, what I'm saying is we don't want y'all to miss that we're just laughing because it's not y'all. It's a few people in mid-conversation.
Oh, God.
Somehow, we go from lawsuits to plaque removal. Dentists show up mid-interview like guest stars on a spin-off nobody asked for. It's less it is what it is and more floss it if you can.
And they try to, so that's why
Here's the problem is that the best treatment for missing teeth is implants. Unfortunately, a lot of people cannot
they're
afford.
expensive.
So when your teeth or dentures is like infected, it could cause something like with the brain?
Yeah,
Yes, oral infections, like the bacteria, that can travel throughout your mouth, and like chronic inflammation. I mean, like that is the root cause of all disease.
You know what? That explains a lot. That explains a lot. Niggas could lose their mind, basically.
It's progressive, and they're, hey!
Yeah, your mind.
Honestly,
I start bugging out.
Yeah.
Get out of here, man. Sucker.
So people will have like a perfect smile, but don't realize the bone underneath of it is actually deteriorating.
That's why you're talking to someone mid-conversation, it could just come out like,
You want a blaster for what color
Yeah. Yeah. How, like, what's the time limit, or how many days you think somebody has to go without brushing their teeth till they start losing shit?
What?
Being that y'all in y'all field or whatever, I know y'all not supposed to judge or anything. Like you say, you got family members, they got dentists, but do y'all look at that as like the broken teeth as far as dentures, and the veneers is like a class up?
I feel like everybody should experience being broke, because you realize so much more. Like
in the Bible, the closest person to Jesus killed them. It always happens.
When you gotta talk like this because you don't want your dentures to fall out, like you biting down.
I just feel like there's some things I need to say today.
Son, do you have dentures?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I just know a lot of people that do.
Oh, okay.
And,
I'm gonna be totally honest with you. The questions he's asking is stuff that we have witnessed in the last few months. So his questions are really all legit. Like it's stuff that we've been watching.
no, that's good.
Yeah.
Now, Cam's dropping medical facts like a motivational hygienist. Cavities, brain issues, and erectile dysfunction. All connected, apparently. I call it the Camron Health Cinematic Universe.
I have things that I want to say, and I think I want to talk clearly, so I'm not going to sit here and grit my teeth all day.
It doesn't fit, and it's moving around when they're talking and chewing, so they have to stay closed.
I don't care. All that.
I wanted to share something I thought that the viewers might really be, if you have a male audience, like gum disease, oral infections actually associated with erectile dysfunction.
Wow.
That's my hitter. The little lesbian.
All right, ladies, thank you so much. This was very informative, very educational.
Thank you. Well,
I didn't know that when your teeth ain't right, that you start losing your mind. And, it made a lot of sense. Yeah, man.
Yo, I got
My bad. Sorry.
I used to run up in offices and fight. I could have just sued them. And that's what I should have did. But lawyers make it seem like it's so laborious and so expensive. And you don't want to walk in a building full of cops. You just don't. I don't want to walk in the courtroom. But I guess I had no choice. So I'll do it.
This $300 million lawsuit, did he try to shake you down for like $1 million or $2 million? Like that was for real?
Yeah, so
$1 million?
Yeah, so he put up the lawsuit online, and then I sent it to my lawyer. I'm like, just in case, I don't care, because it was a digital paper trail, and I was like, whatever, I'm not tripping on the lawsuit. If I got to go to court and countersue, that's what I do. I don't want to do that. So Daniel was like, I ain't even want to tell you this. Dame said if you just give him $1 million, he'll forget about the whole thing. And I was like, no, I'm not giving $1 million for make what go away? A snap battle? But then 2 days later or a day later after that, that's when I seen his post saying, let's all work together, let's be cool, yada, yada.
And just when you think it can't get weirder, boom, a $300 million lawsuit. Cam says it so casually, like he's ordering takeout. The way Harlem handles money trauma deserves its own therapy hotline.
Yada, yada.
What we doing? Beefing? Let's bring it back together. Let's all get money. Put everything to the side, man. Nobody got killed.
2 days before that, he did say, give him $1 million and it could all go away. This whole started with Dame and 50. Dame is beefing with 50 Cent on the internet. I bump into 50 Cent. 50 Cent sees me and be like, Killer, what's up, nigga? Getting some money. You know, oh, nigga, what you used to do back in the days, pat nigga pocket, you getting that money? Cool. Me and 50 good. We ain't got no problem. Dame calls me and says, yo, I seen 50. How you gonna let him pap you? This is verbatim what Dame said. I'm telling the audience verbatim. Yo, I seen 50, you and 50. How you gonna let them pap your pockets? That ain't Harlem.
Harlem niggas don't do the Pat Pat Club. When you see niggas from Harlem, just give them a pound.
You down with the Pat Pat Club?
We not in the Pat Pat Club.
How you down with the Pat Pat Club letting niggas pat your pockets?
Yo, why he giving you the Pat Pat?
I said, Dame, you crazy, whatever, man. However you want to say it's crazy, man. He says, me and 50 going through something on the internet right now. You mind if I bring that up and say that he was patting your pockets? I say, Dame, I don't give a fuck. Now, mind you, pause this story right there. If you gonna say something about 50 cents, what are you calling me for to get my okay if you're beefing with 50 cents? You shouldn't even have to call me about that if you're gonna be talking about 50 cents. Dame gets on the blog and says, yeah, and this nigga Cam let 50 Cent smack him on the ass.
You know, 50 patted him on his hips twice. He gave him a pat pat. So I'm like, yo, why you smacking Cam on his ass like that? Pause, what, in this environment?
Not the Pat Pat Club, not the pockets. Which, Cam, that ain't Harlem. How you let a nigga smack you on the ass? But then again, what you supposed to do when a big, strong nigga come over and slap you on the ass? I'm like, bro, that's not what I agreed for you to say. So when he said it, I'm like, yo, why would he say that? I called and asked you.
Next comes the 50 Cent saga. Pocket padding, pride checking, and enough side-eye to power a generator. Cam's explanation of Harlem behavior sounds like a tourist guidebook written by a man with PTSD.
I asked you, could I say that? That's not what you asked, could you say, because I wouldn't agree to that. I did not agree to that. But I didn't say anything. I ignored it. I ignored the whole shit. I just didn't pick up the phone for the nigga because I'm like, so now after that, he does another interview.
And you letting 50 smack you on the hips? And y'all chilling? Something must be going on. A Harlem that never lets anybody smack him on the hips, on the ass. Not even in ball, be like, yo, stop, chill, don't smack me on my ass.
I've never known Dame to be a liar, but the way he was mixing the truth with the lies, bro, that's really, really, really disappointing to see how he was mixing the lies with the truth. And I'm like, bro, I ain't know this nigga was a liar too. He never lied, man. Once I said I didn't like Honor Up, this nigga got personal. But to me, it was all a setup anyway. Bro, I ignored you for wild interviews, and then I say Honor Up is whack, and he go on this campaign.
I think the narrative should be stop talking about Damon so much if you don't want to hear Damon talk.
You come talking about me with an eye patch and no top teeth, I gotta take it easy?
But do remember, I will have teeth next week. How?
So I think it's good for him. I think the internet nowadays is therapy for him. And he turned into the chatty patty that he told everybody else not to be. He probably can't afford to go to therapy right now. So this is probably good for him because he needs therapy.
You know, Cam had Fendi call me yesterday, FaceTime, because he found out, he didn't know I'm the chairman of Revolt right now, but I think he knew I had a show coming and he wanted to be the executive producer. First of all, Fendi, no disrespect, but he don't have a mustache. So I said, Fendi, I don't trust niggas that don't have a mustache, especially dark-skinned niggas without a mustache. From Brooklyn. But also, Cam plays too much.
So Enter Dame Dash, the man who trademarked chaos. Cam says Dame once asked for permission to diss someone. Imagine needing clearance to start beef. That's corporate pettiness at its peak.
Too much.
So if he's the chairman of Revolt, or if he thinks he's the chairman of Revolt, I just think he's a man sitting in a chair. You see, at the end of the day, if you think if you how the chairman, you the chairman, and everybody in the building got more money than you, so you just want the title boss, the janitor, the secretaries, everybody in the cubicles, programming, marketing. What you want? You want to ask them for lunch money? You are the brokest boss ever. But you're not even the boss. But I'm just saying, how you the boss and you can't get to work? You ain't got no money to get to work. Congratulations. Dame's problem for the last 15 years is that he wants to be the talent because he feels the talent that he got over the years doesn't look out for him. So now he's like, I'm the talent. I'm Billy Pablo. I'm the rock and roll star. Nah, I got my own show, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third. And to be honest with you, Dame's talent is finding talent, not being the talent. That's his talent. Not being the talent, finding the talent. So that's why I be looking at it and they be like, yo, shit is viral, shit is viral. Viral is not always a good thing. Just being viral for being a goofy, we'll just be laughing at you, nigga. Don't compare the word viral with cool. That's two totally different things. So as far as him being the chairman, I don't give a fuck.
How do you feel right now? Is this the point of no return? And I'm not asking for right now. I'm asking for what you think about later.
No, I'm at the point of no return. I'm at that point because this was totally unnecessary. For me, it was totally unnecessary. The way it went about, for me, it didn't have to be public. It didn't have to be all this. I hate repeating how this started. I didn't pick the phone up. All I did was not pick the phone up, and you keep going on the internet looking for internet sympathy.
Camron roasts Dame's finances with surgical precision. Brokest boss alive. Poetic, accurate, and cruel enough to qualify as performance art. It's like Shark Tank, but everyone's bankrupt.
As I've always said, I don't trust dudes. In the Bible, the closest person to Jesus killed them. And it always happens that your best friend is the one that the person you giving the most to hates you the most for some reason.
There's two things I'm sorry I did for Dame. Set up his Instagram, which he probably would have caught on later in life, and have him start smoking weed. Since he started smoking weed, he's not the same person.
I thought Biggie did that.
Yeah.
I thought he was smoking with Biggie.
Whatever, I smoke a lot, so it wasn't no big deal to me. But I'm a functional. I've been smoking since I was 16, longer than that, 15, 16, playing basketball, doing everything else. It don't affect me the same way I see it affects him, to where he needs it. Like,
you just said there's no point of return, so there's really no need of me asking you. You felt you did nothing wrong in this whole situation, right?
Absolutely not, because it isn't like me and Dame haven't had disputes before. We've had disputes, but nobody ever knew that. Nobody ever knew that. When me and Dame, not saying our relationship been perfect from beginning to end, when we got problems, you never heard no problems from me, because all I did was just not pick the phone up. I didn't run to the internet. But he kept going on and on and on. And then on top of that, all I said was, I don't like the movie. I don't like it.
He compares Dame to Judas. If Judas smoked too much weed and forgot his password, Cam's clearly over it. He's zen now, just watching Karma do push-ups.
I don't like it. Then this whole avalanche came of trying to defame my character, trying to diss me, everything else. It would have been cool for me if he would have been like, all your movies is whack. Some of the shit he said, you ain't have no hit record since you South with me, which is not true.
So I have to address it. You gave an opinion on my art. I'm going to give an opinion on yours. Since Rockefeller, I haven't seen you make a hit record. And to the extent that you're no longer, rapping. So I always wondered about that. I'd be like, I don't understand why you're not putting out these records like you used to.
You know when this shit got personal for me? Is when he was like, Cam ain't confrontational, this, that, third.
The tension fades, but the trauma stays. You can feel decades of business regret and Instagram mistakes echoing through the room. It's not an interview anymore. It's an emotional autopsy with better lighting.
Because I think that thing had happened in front of my cousin where, homeboy punched you in your face and you never had that conversation with me. I had to hear about it through my cousin because you're very non-confrontational. I believe that Sen, who's next to you, everyone, all your friends, and we all know that you've always been very sensitive and that you are very overreactive. So it's hard to tell you the hard truth. But the truth, Cam, is I just feel like, you've been overreacting.
So-and-so punched him in his face. I'm like, damn, you too? That's what you want? Niggas bring up all this shit with me. Niggas talk about my victories. They talk about 2-3 L's I took in my life. And I don't got no problem with that. That's cool. It come with the game. I'm straight with that. Because it's a bunch of ass whippings I done gave out on several different occasions. I don't got no problem with that. But for it to come from Dame, you got some deep hate pause inside that you've been wanting to spew out. And when he said that, I knew it was personal. And that's when I said, all right, let's do personal.
And again, back to the art. So the reason why you're saying you didn't promote Honor Up.
Dame got a movie called Honor Up. He's shooting it on 125th and 12th Avenue.
What he said, it was a lie. So I'm like, why is he lying? And then I'm like, he knows Mook is in there. Pause. In the movie, Smoke Dizza, my OG Daniel, Black, my whole crew. So you trying to diss my whole crew and make what they did whack, but everybody else says it's good. It was in the New York Times. Kanye gave the illest fucking premiere and everyone said it was, everyone has said that. Why would you say that?
And that's how Harlem heals. With lawyers, laughter, and and a little dental education. Moral of the story, don't mix business with friendship or bacteria. This was your narrator, flossing through the chaos. Like, share, and keep your circle cavity-free.